Live from the PCG Winter Civic Amphitheater in beautiful Cape Side, Massachusetts, right next to the Dollar General on Market Street, it's the very special podcast, 5 Year Spectacular, with special guest Jennifer Runyon, Miss January Jones, Dream Man himself, plus special appearances by non-gal pals Heather Locklear, Vanessa Marcel, and live from the set of her next canceled ABC television series, Miss Katherine Heigl. Plus, a special performance by Color Me Bad, the Brady Kids, and a rare duet between the stars of the I Don't Know Her gift, Mariah Carey and Jennifer Lopez. Also, via Ouija board, the ghosts of Lucille Ball, Zsa Zsa Gabor, and Corey Feldman's career. So pour yourself a tall glass of pink Moscato and grab yourself a muffin from Dutch Brothers Coffee, 'cause it's time. Oh yeah, everybody. Welcome back to a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss them over a glass of wine. And I'm Patrick M. Dunn. I'm joined here by my right-hand man, Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome.
Hello.
And a happy anniversary, baby. Oh, yeah.
Woo.
Yes.
How the hell did we get here? How the hell are we here? How is this still a thing?
I know. It's still a thing that 14 people listen to. Yeah, I think we got a new fan. I think we have a hot new fan, so welcome. Our,
So we're up to what, 15?
No. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
Ocean's 15. The lady one starred Sandra Bullock. Is it Sandra Bullock? Was she in Ladies Ocean 11?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. Anne Hathaway? Is Anne Hathaway in it?
I think she is, yeah.
I was all excited when that came out, and I was like, gonna go see it, and then I just never went and saw it, and then I just forgotten all about it till literally right now. Literally this moment in time. And it's been out for, what, 2 years maybe?
I honestly don't even know. Like, legit. No idea.
Anyway, now that we've compared our podcast...
I kind of forgot all about it until you started talking about it, so...
Right on, girl?
I forgot all about it until you started talking about it. I mean, it was the net, that's for sure.
I know. It wasn't even the net TV series that was on the USA Network starring Brooke Langton of Melrose Place fame.
Yes.
I have been searching high and low for that show for so long, because if you've listened to this podcast for the last 5 years, which I know you have, I know you all have, you've listened to every episode multiple times, you've rated and reviewed us, and if you haven't, do it right now. Do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that Kat Halstead, the author, and I love the net.
Yes.
Not only do we just love the net, but we love the USA television series based on the net.
Like, I have vague memories of it, but I have vague memories of pretty much every USA series I used to watch. Like, do you remember Weird Science, the sitcom?
Oh, yeah, that was great. I fucking love that show. And, Pacific Blue and Silk Stockings.
Yes, Silk Stockings. Silk Stockings was my, everything. I rewatched an episode on YouTube a while ago, and I was like, why the hell was I allowed to watch this?
Yeah, it was like a sexy crime solving series from what I remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a man and a woman. It was very like X-Files-esque.
Yeah.
It had a Scully and a Mulder type, and they were, I don't know, solving sexy crimes in Miami or something, some sexy place.
Yeah, something like that.
I
mean, I've pretty much followed Rob Estes, everything he shows up in because of that series.
It totally was Rob Estes, too. Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I had forgotten all about that. I remember in 1997-ish when Rob Estes and Lisa Rinna joined Melrose Place.
Yes.
I literally got, I screamed. I did that shriek when I saw Rob Estes' face, and I was like, holy shit, it's whatever his name was on Silk Stockings, because I remember being 14. That was, my brother and I used to watch Silk Stockings. That was quote unquote pornography for us, because it was on at 11 o'clock at night on USA.
Yeah, it was this thing Like, I think my mom just, like, gave up trying to, like, keep me from watching certain things. She's like, it's better to watch this than something else she could be watching, you know?
Yeah, you totally went through that period where you weren't allowed to watch MTV till you were maybe 13, and then she was like, fuck it, and just didn't care anymore. World was your oyster now.
Yeah, like once she like let me watch MTV, I still wasn't supposed to watch Madonna.
Do you think now is the time? Do you think now is the sexy moment to reveal today's subject of the podcast?
Yes, it is.
I know, we've discussed it.
Are you ready?
Well, hold on, I got a little preamble.
Or are you frozen?
No, I'm not frozen. Are you Can you see me?
Are you even here?
I'm here.
Patrick, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Patrick, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Stop singing, goddammit. You just need the Big Brother voice going, Catherine,
all right.
Stop singing.
We'll throw that in. All right. In the past, we've discussed how we've always wanted to do game shows, but we figured we'd have a hard time doing game shows. We finally did one.
We finally did Family Feud.
We're creeping back into that world for our anniversary episode. And what better way to do it than with, I don't know, like the show of our youth. Methinks? Would you call it the show of our youth?
Yes, like the show we wanted to be on and we never got to be on.
Yeah, like when I was young, I would watch this show and I just imagined this is what adulthood was like being a star on the show.
I know, right? This is like what you did as adults. You would go down to the MTV studios, line up with a group of people, and try to get on this show. That's what we wanted to do.
It became so embedded in our culture that it was even included in an episode of Boy Meets World.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Boy Meets World. And the show has even been revived, I believe, as a YouTube-only show. Currently on the air, I guess? I don't really know.
I guess. I don't know. Every new thing they do, they, like, make it as a YouTube series. So I don't even... It's like... Then what the hell is all this crap you're airing actually on the network?
Right?
I don't know.
Fear Factor with Ludacris? Who knows? Because you are the host of the show. You are the Chris Hardwick, and I am the Jenny McCarthy. I will allow you to drop the name of the sexiest show of 1995 to 1998. Actually, the second sexiest show. Baywatch holds that torch. But
That's true. Baywatch does.
Yeah. Right.
The second sexiest show would, of course, be MTV's Singled Out.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to our dating pool. We got 50 sexy studs over here and 50 hot ladies over here. And only one of them, actually two of them, because they do a man and a woman, two of them are gonna get laid tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get ready for some unadulterated fun here on MTV. I'm your host. Actually, you're the host. I'm just Jenny McCarthy. Ooh, yeah, rub up on me, guys.
Yeah, you're the wacky sidekick in this.
Right before we recorded, Kat had watched the episode, and we started the podcast, and what did you say to me? What did you say to me?
I said, you're the Jenny McCarthy to my Chris Hardwick.
I love it. I'm the hot one.
Because...
I'm the hot one.
You're like the wacky, goofy one who gets, like, into a shtick and won't stop. And I'm like, just stop. Like, no, we're done. I'm like the straight man.
You're like, we got stuff to do, Jenny. We got stuff to do.
We got stuff to do. We gotta, like, stay on topic. We don't need you running around making weird chicken noises.
Yeah, we don't need you to talk about silk stockings for 7 minutes. We don't need that. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not today.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Singled Out. Where were you? What were you doing? Do you recall where you were the day that Singled Out first premiered?
Not
roughly.
I was probably watching it on MTV.
Do you remember your initial reactions? Do you remember what were you feeling? What were your thoughts? What were your emotions? Tell me, Kat Halstead, the author. Tell me.
How am I supposed to remember that? It started in 1996. We were 15.
You didn't keep a dream journal?
Maybe 14. No, we would have been 14.
You didn't keep a dream journal of the hot stuff going on MTV?
And even if I did, I wouldn't still have it because everything got, like... All my important stuff got lost in that move.
Oh yeah. Well, if anyone out there is just roaming the streets of Minnesota and you happen to find one of those like composition notebooks.
Why the fuck would not that move? The one from New Jersey to Colorado.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. If anyone out there is just, I don't know, you're roaming the streets of New Jersey, you're on the hunt for the Jersey Devil, and you come across a composition notebook, and it's dated, I don't know, like August 31st, 30th, 1996 or 1995 or whatever, and you have you see the scribblings of a teenage gal, and it sounds like it could be Kat Halstead, the author. Tweet us at Very Podcast and mail it. We'll send you our info. You can mail it to us, and we'll put it on the website. We'll put it on our Instagram. A Very Special Podcast. Follow it, please.
Alrighty then.
I have a hot idea for a new fan fiction, like a fake.
Oh no.
Like a fake biography of Kat, like Kat Halstead, the journals of Kat Halstead, 1995.
Oh my god.
Dear Diary.
Oh my god. Names will be changed to protect the innocent.
Dear Diary.
Namely me.
My boyfriend was on Beavis and Butthead Christmas special. Shut
up.
So great. Love it. All right, I can tell you what I was doing the first time I saw Singled Out.
Okay.
I'll tell you exactly what I was doing. I had a sleepover at my house. It was me, my brother, and my friend Miguel. Shout out to Miguel, wherever you are. I think he lives in actually Minnesota or one of those places up there. Wisconsin. I think it's Wisconsin. Anyway.
Okay.
I think when Singled Out first came out, it was on late. It was on maybe 10 o'clock. It was on the 10 spot.
Yeah, I guess. I don't remember. You remember it being on late. I remember it being on, at 7 o'clock at night.
All right. This is what they did. The new episodes premiered at 10 or 10:30 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following day, the episode re-aired in an earlier spot.
Mm-hmm.
But the new episodes were on late at night because I remember it was paired up with Beavis and Butthead, and Beavis and Butthead was not allowed to be on before 10 o'clock because little kids burned down houses or something.
Damn little kids.
Yes. So I remember had my hot little sleepover. We're in my bedroom. It was the summer. We had the AC on, and I remember I had one of those old window units.
Yeah.
And it was probably from the 50s or something, and it made my room Alaska. We literally had to wear sweatpants and socks and sweatshirts and bundle up. However, if we shut that bad boy off, we would fucking swelter to death, so we had to keep it on.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just finished watching Beavis and Butthead, and we kept seeing commercials for this hot new show, this hot new game show about singles, and they want to single out now. Now they want to single out. And we kept seeing this blonde chick. We kept seeing this buxom blonde babe in the commercials. We're like, ooh, who's that?
But of course.
And oh my god, who was it? It was Jenny McCarthy. So if you recall, the OG host for Chris Hardwick, who remained on the show until its bitter end, and Jenny McCarthy, who bowed out in 1997 to focus on her acting, which included gigs on The Jenny McCarthy Show, a weird sketch comedy show that aired on MTV. And then, do you remember her NBC sitcom, Jenny?
Yes, I do.
Did you ever watch it? Did you ever peep it out?
I did watch it. I think it might be on one of my old sitcom playlists that I have on YouTube.
Oh.
Of a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or a Halloween episode, something like that.
Oh god, we need to find that.
I might have something like that somewhere.
We need to find an episode because we need to dive into this world. Because I remember the MTV version of it. It was just a sketch comedy show, and I don't know, it was lame. It's hella lame. But I always wanted to see the sitcom. But I think it was up against something that I liked. I don't know. I think it was Stiff Competition. So I never really got to see it. But
yeah,
the series basically starred Jenny McCarthy as Jenny McMillan. She was a convenience store clerk who suddenly inherits a vast fortune when her dad, a B-movie star played by George Hamilton, that she never knew, dies. So, ooga, ooga. And then, after her father's funeral, Jenny and her lifelong pal, her gal pal, decide to pursue fame in Hollywood. So, ooga.
Okay.
Yeah, hot times. So, 10 episodes of Jenny aired, but Paramount Television, who produced the show, intended to transfer the show to its recently-ish startup network, UPN, in hopes of it continuing there, but, that never happened, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
But hold on. In hot development news, so Paramount continued producing the show because, they thought it was going to be on UPN, and they kind of threw out a plot twist. It turned out that George Hamilton's character was still alive and missing, so ooga.
What?
Yes, did you know that?
I did not know that.
All right, I have a question for you. I have a hot question.
Yeah?
Do you think all our young millennial listeners out there, do you think they know who George Hamilton is? Question mark?
If they do, they just know him as the guy who's way, way, way too tan.
Yes, he's known for his debonair...
And no, I don't mean Ryan Seacrest.
He's like the original Ryan Seacrest, I think. 1960s to Actually, you know what? George Hamilton kind of had a long run, because he was still doing things in the 90s.
George Hamilton's still doing shit. Wait, is he?
Yeah,
or is he dead?
He He makes like the reality, like the celeb reality rounds. He's always on those VH1 shows and stuff, I feel like.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So he's best known for his debonair lifestyle and his seemingly perpetual suntan. How this man does not have skin cancer today is a fucking mystery.
Yeah.
Unsolved. Robert Stack, R.I.P. Robert Stack, come down from heaven and tell us the unsolved mystery of how the fuck George Hamilton does not have skin cancer. Unless, is he spray tan?
Yes, that is an unsolved mystery. Oh my gosh.
Do you think it's a spray tan?
I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. I don't know the pH of his skin.
I don't know. I just don't know.
I have another hot question for you.
Well, he did own tanning salons.
Oh, he had a chain of tanning salons?
Yes, in the late 1980s, Hamilton launched the George Hamilton Skincare System and the George Hamilton Sun Care System and tanning salons. A cigar lounge bearing his name was opened in the late 90s as well.
You should have asked me if I was sitting down because I was not ready for that news. You know what?
I wasn't either. That kind of like shook me.
I want to see like pictures of a George Hamilton cigar lounge. I want to know what goes on in a George Hamilton cigar lounge. I just picture a bunch of dudes just laying around in like silk robes, smoking cigars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe there's a sauna there somewhere too. Like they go in and get a good steam.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be a sauna. We're probably completely wrong, but whatever.
Or do you think it's like one of those like Playboy clubs? Like the 1990s version of a Playboy club?
It's probably like somewhere in between those two.
I don't know. All right. If any of our listeners out there, if anyone has been to a George Hamilton cigar lounge, tweet us at Fairy Podcast. Tell us what it was like. Give us a play-by-play. Give us like John Madden little like MS Paint drawings of what the lounge looks like and arrows of the way you navigated it.
I'm looking at George Hamilton's credits right now on Wikipedia. In 2018, he played Colonel Sanders on General Hospital.
I forgot about that. Is he still on General Hospital?
No, it was like a one-time thing where like Colonel Sanders showed up with like some secret recipe thing and gave it to like Lulu and Maxie to hide.
What?
And it was like the weirdest freaking thing ever. And I totally forgot about that until right now.
I have watched a lot of crazy things on soap operas in my days. Hell, we've talked about them on this podcast.
Same.
But I did not. I had zero awareness. I had zero awareness of George Hamilton playing Colonel Sanders, the fucking chicken man himself, on fucking GH.
Yeah.
GH of all things.
I have no words. None at all.
Like, was that big news at the time? Like, was this like advertised on like the cover of Soap Opera Digest? Do you think? SOD?
No, I think like there were some weird tweets from the KFC account where all like that were about General Hospital, and we're all like, what the fuck? Did the intern like use their own account or something? Because everybody's convinced like social media is run by interns when really it's actually like someone who knows what they're doing at this point. Like maybe back in the day it was the intern, but it's actually somebody hired to do this now.
Yeah, maybe in like 2006, maybe it was the interns who like ran the KFC MySpace page. But now like
exactly.
You know what? Now like someone accidentally signs like they think they're signed into their own account and they're sending like a hot pic of like their penis.
Yeah.
They accidentally tweet it to their like company account, and it's like a hot fucking scandal now. So now they definitely they definitely do background checks on who's going to be running their social media accounts now.
But you can always tell when a corporation like the person doesn't really understand what they're tweeting. Like the person who does the General Hospital account, swear to God, doesn't even know what the show is. It's just like the network guy who does all the tweets for all the shows, but like they know nothing about General Hospital, so the tweets are always like ridiculous, and you're just like, bitch, you might want to do some research here.
Yeah, it's just some fucking social media executive that works for ABC. He's in charge of like 7 shows. He just gets little he probably just reads little summaries of what's going on in General Hospital this week.
Yeah.
Throws out a hot pic. Maybe like accidentally like takes a picture of the wrong actor as he like writes about Sonny Corinthos, but doesn't throw up a picture of Maurice Bernard. No.
Or they'll throw up a picture of Maurice Bernard because that's all General Hospital has in its like file, and it'll be a tweet like Cameron steals a car, and it's like, no.
Yeah, maybe that's why Maurice Bernard is blocking people on Twitter, because people are confusing him for someone else.
Or he's confusing himself for someone else.
Ooh, that too. Hold on. I gotta pour a cup of coffee right now.
Okay, you go pour yourself a cup of coffee.
Wish it could be a hot glass of Corinthos coffee, though.
I think you'd prefer the Corinthos tea.
Ooh, yeah. MorticiaAdams.gif. Okay. Are you ready to talk about what happened after Jenny McCarthy left Singled Out?
Yes, what happened after?
All right, so Jenny McCarthy, she wanted to start up her hot acting career, so, she was out. They had to find someone just as hot to replace her. So who did they find?
Yes, that they did.
Who did they find? Kat Halstead, the author?
Carmen Electra.
Yes, you may know her from her days with Prince. She had her own record out in the early 90s, and then, I don't know, she decided she wanted to be a TV star, so she transitioned to television in 1995. She appeared in as an extra in a bunch of shit, and then, hold on. Who's that? Playboy? What? Playboy wants you? Okay, so she showed her titties in a few issues of Playboy, which propelled her into stardom as being Jenny's replacement on Singled Out. And same year, a 1-year run on Baywatch as Lani. Remember Lani?
Ooh, yes.
And then her biggest career stunt is probably her 9-day marriage to Dennis Rodman in 1998 after getting hitched at the Little Chapel of the Flowers.
Oh my god, I forgot about that marriage.
And that was the 9-day marriage, the world's shortest marriage until fucking Britney Spears and Jason Alexander broke that, I don't know, a few years later when they got drunk in Vegas one night.
Yeah, with their 48 hours.
Was it even that long? I feel like it was just an 8-hour marriage or something.
I think technically it was 48 hours long or something.
Ooh, Erin Moriarty. Get on that case.
Get on it, Aaron. Get on it.
Yes. All right. So Carmen Electra stuck around to the end, as well as Chris Hardwick. He was on the whole fucking bloody mess. But following Singled Out, Chris Hardwick, he transitioned to acting. He was in the 1998 UPN comedy Guys Like Us. Do you remember Guys Like Us?
I didn't really watch UPN comedies.
All right. This is wild. All right.
I didn't really watch UPN stuff for whatever reason.
So Guys Like Us is wild. So This is a show. It only aired for 12 episodes before being canceled, but it was about two 20-something roommates who suddenly have to put their bachelor lifestyle on hold to take care of one of their siblings. They had a child as a sibling.
Okay.
And the show is produced by a man named Dan Schneider, who also created a show called What I Like About You, which is the same scenario, but with Jenny Garth and Amanda Bynes. iCarly, which is also the same scenario. So I don't know. He has some weird thing for this situation.
I don't think we should get into the weird things that Dan Schneider's into.
Ooh.
Because it's bad.
Ooh, we'll save that for a Getting Catty episode. Ryan Murphy.
Way bad, ooh.
Ryan Murphy, American Crime Story, Dan Schneider.
There should be.
A few years after Guys Like Us, Chris Hardwick became the host of Shipmates. Did you ever watch Shipmates?
Maybe once in a while in passing if nothing else is on, because I don't remember sitting down to watch it, but
It was a poor man's blind date. It was no blind date, I'll tell you that. It sucked.
Damn, Blind Date. That was my jam.
I
fucking loved Blind Date.
I have a hot scoop. Did you know that Blind Date is coming back on Bravo?
What?
Yeah. Blind Date is coming back. It's going to be back in a few months. I saw a tweet about it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, seriously. Freshman year of college, my roommate Monica and I, every night we would watch Blind Date.
Oh, yeah.
Before bed.
I would stay up all night because they would always have 4 or 5 episodes of Blind Date in a row for some reason.
You know, Howie from Big Brother 6 was on Blind Date.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, good for him. Yeah, Blind Date was great. It was kind of the It totally was a show that could have been on MTV.
Yeah.
But basically copied Blind Date with their weird dating shows like Room Raiders and Next.
Oh yeah.
Can I tell you about my early 2000s anxiety right now? Can we get into anxiety corner?
Yeah, let's get into anxiety corner.
Literally every day of my life from 2002 to 2004ish, whenever Room Raiders was on, I always made sure that my room was in tip-top shape just in case I answered the door and fucking MTV Productions was there to go through my fucking room with black lights and find out my fucking cum stains everywhere.
Oh my god.
High fucking anxiety, even though that show was probably wildly overproduced, but that's still my biggest fear in life.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was overproduced. There's like these bitches knew like somebody was coming. They knew they were signing up for something, and I'm sure like there were PAs who scoped everything out first.
Oh yeah, you know what?
I'm sure there was stuff that was like set up.
They probably went to this guy's house and he had like nothing scandals in his room, so they're like, oh, let's throw some fucking pornos and magazines and fucking cum rags everywhere just so we have something fucking to go eel about.
Or here's some fuzzy handcuffs.
Oh yeah, like literally nobody owns fucking fuzzy handcuffs. Am I right, girl? Am I right?
The only reason you have those is because somebody gave them to you as a joke.
Yeah, like maybe you went to like a bachelorette party or something and I don't know, it was in the grab bag.
Exactly. There's like nothing.
Tweet us at Very Podcast if you owned fuzzy handcuffs for real. Like, for actual purposes. Like, if you actually, like, handcuffed yourself to your fucking bedpost, Claire Arnold style from fucking 90210.
Mm-hmm.
Following shipmates, Chris Hardwick went on to launch the Nerdist podcast in early 2010, which is now called Idiot, but it's spelled weird.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was that whole, Chris Hardwick scandal, but he's apparently has seemed to escape it, though.
Me Too thing, yeah.
That's our little history corner of Singled Out. Am I missing anything, girl? Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
You think we got it? We got it. Plus George Hamilton.
I think you got it.
Yeah. All right.
I definitely, like, tried to find out if any couples met on Singled Out and actually, like, got together, and I couldn't find anything.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a no, because... Like,
yeah,
9 out of 10 times, and especially in the episode that we watched tonight, they were always fucking wildly disappointed with their choices.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You pick this person, and you're like, oh, yeah.
All right. I have a hot question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think people actually, like signed up to be on the show, or do you think like some like intern at MTV just like ran on the street and just like looked for like 18 to 20-year-olds to be on the show?
I think they had like open casting.
Okay.
Like they would be like, we're gonna film this today. We're gonna film like 10 episodes today, so we need like as many 18 to 21-year-olds as we can find, because it was such a small age group. Like back then it didn't seem like, it just seemed like the epitome of adulthood, but now it's like 18 to 21. That's nothing.
Yeah, I believe they were all college students. I believe that was the.
Yeah, you had to be a college student, because like the episode of Boy Meets World where Eric goes on, he pretends he goes to Columbia even though he's not in college.
Yeah, and a lot of them, if you actually look at the dating pool, especially if like for the men, a lot of them are wearing their like college T-shirts with their name on it just to like advertise the name. I kept noticing that when we were watching the one.
Yeah,
and I always wondered if they ever just like reuse the same people like from the dating pool like over and over again, just because.
That's what I was kind of wondering too. It's like they had to have.
Because you totally know that they just filmed like 5 or 6 episodes a day.
Yeah, they did a block of episodes, and then like they probably did like a week's worth of episodes in one day, so 5 episodes.
And then they just told like the dating pool contestants like run in the back and fucking change your clothes and like do your hair differently, unless you were in like the final like 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Then like you weren't allowed to come back. But if you were just like the bloke that just like rounded the corner because you got you weren't in the right category.
Yeah, like
like you're coming back. You're coming back for the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll space them out so you won't. We'll space them out so you won't know. All right. I think I should allow you to go through the premise of the show, just kind of explain the rules and how the show works, and then we'll get into this hot episode.
So, there's 2 games per episode. The first game has a female picker. The second game has a male picker. The picker comes out blindfolded, so they can't see the dating pool. And they're put in this, like, throne-like seat with this backdrop behind them so they can't, like, turn around and see the dating pool. And on the board, there's, like, 6 or 8 categories of, like, different, like, topics. Like, might be, like, underwear style or hairstyle. Like, just stupid, cheesy, picky things that, let's be real, even in today's dating world, are, like, these are, like, the things that would make you swipe left or right on Tinder.
Yeah, so, yeah.
You know?
For the men, it's always, like, age, underwear, package. Oh, yeah, package.
Yeah.
Hairstyle. And then, like, the girls are always, it's always, like, breasts or just something wildly overly sexualized.
And so, they will go through a few of these. Oh, it's 6 categories. They'll go through a few of these categories, and they're cheesy the way they're worded, and they'll go through a handful to like wean down the dating pool to like 5 to 8 potentials.
Yeah, when they get under 10, I think, then they we need to like a bell goes off, some kind of alarm goes off, and
like a siren thing goes off, and it's like round 2.
Yeah.
Where this is where it gets really ridiculous. They'll ask these like silly questions, like, if you had me alone in a limousine for 3 hours, what would you do to me?
Yeah, and then the picker then decides if they want to drop them or keep them. And then they get it down. They narrow it down to 3 people for round 3.
Yeah.
And they ask like A or B questions. Like they ask a question A or B.
Mm-hmm.
And if they say if their answer matches the picker's answer, then they move down a step. And then the person who gets 2, they go down like 3 or 4 steps or something. I think it's 4 steps.
It's like 5 steps, I think.
Yeah. So the first person who gets to the picker
wins.
And then they do this back-to-back reveal, so the people don't see each other right away, but they stand back-to-back.
Yeah.
And then they turn around, they face each other, and it's very dramatic. Mm-hmm. And they're all like, oh, kind of thing going on.
And then it's like they get to find out what their date is. It's like some kind of like weird trip, and there's prizes, and it's so weird.
Yeah, it's always like a dinner cruise.
Like, I want to know how many people actually like went out on these dates.
Well, you know what? It's always like a dinner cruise or like a night out on the town, and
like skydiving.
Yeah. You know what? They probably went, or maybe they had the option to get like the cash equivalent, and then they just like split the money.
Yeah.
I could totally see that happen. Or, you know what? Like, the girl just hated the person that she got, and then he was like, well, maybe I'll hook you up with my friend, and he can go, and, that was it. Or you know what? Maybe there was a connection. Oh, all right, yeah, like you said this earlier, I would like to know if there's actually 2 people out there.
Like, I want to know if any of these people actually, like, got together. Like, I don't, like, there's gotta be like maybe one couple that at least was together for a while.
I like to think that there's a singled out super couple out there right now. It's been 20 plus years. They got like a 15-year-old child.
Like there's a couple out there who met on Singled Out. They got married. They had a couple kids. They're still together, and nobody knows because they don't talk about it.
All right. If any former Singled Out contestants are listening to this episode of a very special podcast, if you happen to come across this one day, you were just like, you know what, I was on Singled Out. They Googled it, and I don't know, our podcast came up, and you listened to it. You're listening to this right now. Tweet us at Very Podcast. Tell us about your experience, and I don't know, maybe we'll have like a sit down interview with you. Who knows? Yeah, maybe we'll dial you in, and we'll talk about Singled Out. What did Jenny McCarthy smell like? Did you rub Chris Hardwick's bowl cut, like that little like curtailed hairstyle that he had?
Yeah, like that hairstyle was like so the thing though back then.
Oh, it's hot, yeah.
Because you had that hairstyle too, didn't you?
Oh, who didn't? If you were alive under the age of like 25 and I don't know, between 1995 and 1997, you didn't have that hairstyle, then you were fucking lame.
Yeah.
You were fucking lame wad. Ugh, let's be real. Let's be real, mama.
Oh my god, I will say, like, this episode was so pure 90s in its fashions. Like, it hurt.
All right, let's get into it. You ready?
Yes.
Take us into this world, Kat Halstead, the author. Take us in.
Okay, so we are up with our first contestant. This girl named Kirsten.
No.
No?
It's Katrina Abrahamian. Katrina Abrahamian.
Why did I think her name was Kirsten?
I don't know, but I had a hot theory. Do you think that she's Paul Abrahamian's like older cousin or something from Big Brother 18 and 19?
Ooh.
I know.
That'd be wild.
I totally went onto his Twitter and like looked at people he was following to see if there was like a Katrina on there. I couldn't find one. She might be married. Maybe she's married now. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, I even checked out Facebook to see if I could find her, but I couldn't find her.
Oh my god. Patrick went some deep dive sleuth in here.
I did. All right, we have to talk about her style because she's wearing like a hot, silky, purple, lavender style shirt.
Yes.
Those like button-ups. Ugh, and she had like the hot black curly hair, and she's young. She's 18, and I don't know. She's single and ready to mingle. Am I right? Single as a Pringle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Single and ready to mingle on Singled Out.
Yeah, and you know what? Low key, I kind of dug her because because like a lot of the people that go on this show are just horny and they just want someone to fuck for the night.
Yeah.
She was clearly looking for like a match.
Yeah.
She was very conservative in her answer choices.
She was, but then there's like the random one where she get a little wild and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she had kinks. She had a little kinky side to her, which is why I kind of thought
obviously
it was ironic, spoiler, like the person who she ended up with.
Oh, totally.
She was totally disappointed. I was just trying to throw that out there. I mean,
out of the three guys, yeah.
Even Chris Hardwick and Jenny McCarthy looked disappointed.
Oh yeah, totally.
All right. So
they were like, Jenny's like, this is the guy, really.
All right, so we're gonna describe this guy. He kind of has like a Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction type look. He's got the manic panic dyed red hair. It's like lipstick red.
Yes.
It's not long hair, but it's like medium length hair. It's kind of wavy, very like roosterish looking.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wearing one of those. He's wearing like a not quite like a bomber jacket, but like an army colored
it's
button up type shirt, and he just has these like baggy jeans, these like 1996 baggy jeans.
He looks like he was in the mosh pit at a Green Day concert.
Oh yeah, he's totally like a punk rock fan. He was totally into music, totally into the music scene, like an indie kind of guy. You know what, Green Day's probably too mainstream for him. He's probably into something deeper than that.
But he totally has the Dookie album, let's be real.
Oh, he does for sure. And you know what? They probably only found like 46 guys to be on Singled Out that day. Like they were like short 4.
Mm-hmm.
So the MTV intern, they told them like, all right, run to a fucking Starbucks down the street and find like 4 guys.
Yeah.
And they probably sent a girl down, and she's like, hey, do you want to be on Singled Out? And they found like 3 more guys. They couldn't find a 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy just happened to overhear it as he was buying his fucking venti caramel macchiato. And he's like, hey, I'll fucking do it. And she's like, all right, you're not going to fucking win.
Yeah, like he's there. Like he's the only guy who has hair that bright.
He's very noticeable in the data pool because he's front and center.
I think if there were any other guys who had like manic panic colored hair, it was not like a bright ass red. It was like a green or a blue, something a little more subdued.
This looked freshly done too. Like I think he found out he was going to be on it.
Yeah.
And he's like, shit, I got to do a touch up.
Yeah.
And he fucking ran down the street. He went down to fucking Spencer Gifts, grabbed himself some fucking lipstick red manic panic. He went to the fucking bathroom at MTV, just did his hair up real quick.
Yeah.
Fucking messed it up on purpose. And you know what? He probably he looked television ready. A part of me even kind of like thought that like maybe he worked for MTV and like that like it's Conspiracy Corner.
He's probably an intern they tossed on.
Like Conspiracy Corner, like they wanted him to win.
Because they're like, we just need him to shut the fuck up.
MTV didn't want to pay him. They didn't want to pay him, but they're like, hey, we'll have you win fucking Singled Out, and you can fuck one of the contestants if you want. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm fucking totally down. And who does he get? He gets like the kind of the conservative college girl who wears a fucking silky lavender button-up blouse.
But like that was the style back then of clothes.
Yeah, and she looked wildly disappointed. She was like, oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
This fucking guy, fucking the Red Rooster.
Big Red, as Jenny called him.
Oh yeah, because they always get like fun nicknames when they get down to the final like 3.
Yes.
They get fun little nicknames based on their answers to like the round 2 questions.
It's amazing.
Oh, that's great. I fucking love it. All right, so then go into the male pickers round. Take us into this hot world.
Yes, we have a man named Travis who has the spiky frosted tips. He's got like the brown leather jacket. Like he could not be more 90s if he tried. Like he looks like he's on his way to audition for the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, my mind went in so many directions here. Like one,
like he's got the boy band look down.
One, I want it to be like he's 1990s Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
2, I want it to be like this guy totally wants to be Johnny Resnick from the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yes.
And then like 3, he's like he watched way too many Brad Pitt movies, and he's like trying to cop his style.
Oh my god, yes. All of it. It's like
and
everything rolled into one guy.
And he looks like he probably fit the age range, but he kind of looks like he could have been like secretly like 27.
Oh, totally.
Like they didn't check his ID, but he's really like He's really a fucking 27-year-old Gap worker.
Oh my god, this guy.
He's the shift supervisor at the I don't know, the Gap on Broadway. They filmed the show in New York, right? This is done in New York, I believe, right?
I think so, yeah. Because, like, most of MTV was filmed in New York back in the day.
Yeah, the only time they ever left New York is, like, spring break and, like, the beach house.
Yes.
And...
Oh, the beach house.
And I think it was, like, the early 2000s is when they finally got, like, I remember a lot of the dating game shows were, like, in the LA area. Yeah,
I think they found a cheap way to do it there or something.
Yeah, you know what? The aesthetic is a little more sexier. You know what? Like, watching Next is a lot hotter in LA than watching them fucking go down the streets of fucking NYC. Let's be real.
Oh.
Especially in Giuliani's America.
Now.
My nose is getting a little stuffy. I'm sorry if I sniff a little.
Gosh, Patrick.
Take us through fucking Brad Pitt Jr.'s reign of terror here on Singled Out.
You know, he goes and he answers like 2 questions. And that, cuts down the dating pool.
Going through the board was super fast for him.
Yeah.
Katrina, went through, 4 or 5 categories.
Yeah, she only went through, 3.
This guy, totally went to, this guy was fucking horny. This guy wanted to get his fucking dick wet. And he goes to, the hot picks. And they're down to, I think Katrina got down to, maybe, 4 that she had to, narrow down to 3. Brad Pitt Jr. had, 8. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, it was so awkward. This was hard to watch. His, round 2. Because some of these girls were, just super awkward. There's the adorable one who was in, the overalls. Who's, who kind of, stumbled on, whatever the intro was. And she's like, okay. But she was cute, and it was kind of, honest, and I don't know. She wasn't trying to be somebody else. I feel like a lot of these girls were trying to be.
She accidentally got on the show. I feel like she was led to believe she was going to be on maybe The Real World. She's like, maybe I'll be on The Real World.
Yeah, her friend told her they were going to Real World auditions, and no, it's Singled Out.
And she's like, oh fuck. Yeah, she had a cute. Kind of had a very innocent-ish type look, but maybe a slight wild side, but Singled Out wasn't her wild side, let's be real. She was not ready for this.
Yeah, she's had that total girl next door, innocent sort of thing going.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of...
There were some awkward girls in that round. All the girls in this round, except for, Overall Girl, were, trying way too hard.
Alright. Yeah, so Overall Girl wins. Overall Girl and 90s Brad Pitt Jr. They get a hot date. They get a hot dinner cruise or something. I don't know what they want. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And
I don't even the dates are just so ridiculous. You're like, what? Nobody's going on that.
What do you think? What do you think happened to them? Let's fanfic their night.
Okay, so Travis and Overall Girl, I think they went to dinner. They had nice little chit chat. He got a little too fresh. She kneed him in the groin and dumped a drink on his head, and they never talked again.
Yeah, I can see it going that way, but I'd like to think that while, right after she kneed him in the groin and she walked away, she bumped into her Prince Charming, and
oh yeah,
they had a hot night, and they're still together, and they have 3 kids. The oldest one's name is Trevor.
Aww.
And then she has her 2 youngest are twins. It's a boy and a girl twin. She works at a bank. She's the bank manager, and she's great at her job. She was #1 in sales 2008, 2009, and 2010. She stepped down to part-time because she wanted to go back to college. She went to college online. She got her degree in business management, and she climbed the corporate ladder, and now she's the district manager of maybe 8 branches total, and rural suburban New Jersey. That's
okay.
Where I think she lives.
Okay.
She lives in the town that you used to live in.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I totally see that.
Her kids went to your former her kids currently go to your former middle school right now.
I could totally see that.
And she's still hot. She's still got it. She's got a nice her new boyfriend or now husband. They're the super couple of their town. You know, they run all the local cheerleader car washes and all the fundraising events, and he coaches Little League. He fucking wears a whistle around his neck. He wears those little short shorts, and he's got the clipboard.
Yeah.
He's great at it.
Okay.
That's my life of Overall Girl. if you're listening to this over, girl, tweet us and tell us if how accurate we are.
If Patrick is anywhere near accurate, I will be shocked.
You know what I'm gonna do today? I should have done this, but I didn't. I gotta go through the comments of this episode on YouTube and see if like anyone said they were on this episode.
I didn't think of that either.
There's a few things I wanted to point out that didn't appear in this episode. I don't know if they had phased out this portion of the show or if like it just like they hadn't done it yet. One, the golden ticket.
That comes in season 3.
Oh.
So it wasn't here yet.
Okay, so the golden ticket was all right. So let's say you 86'd a couple of people and they're like walking around and you saw someone that caught your eye. You give them the golden ticket and they go back into the dating pool.
Yeah.
Weren't they guaranteed a spot in round 2? I believe was that it too.
Yeah, it took them to round 2.
They used to have these weird characters on the show too. Like they had like a overweight guy who like played like a Cupid type character.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like at one point he had a family. They used to just have these like actors come on and just play like act out like skits and stuff on the show. This episode didn't have it, which is kind of I used to think every episode had it, but I don't know. Maybe they like phased it out at this point.
I don't think it was in every episode. I think it was just like when they needed that extra time.
Oh,
because like say you get both pickers pick really quick.
Because I feel like the show ideally would be like 40 minutes whittled down to like 25 minutes or whatever to fill like the half-hour spot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if the show went too quickly and they just had to fill. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Oh
yeah.
I used to look forward to those though. I'll tell you that. I don't know how you felt about it.
Like they were there. I don't think I really thought that much about them. You know.
Another thing that I love about the show is so in the years following the show, I don't remember where I read this or saw this, but I either saw or read an interview with Jenny McCarthy, and she used to say that when she was in the dating pool with the men, she used to fart.
Yeah.
She said that was like her favorite thing to do, was just like pass gas just in front of the men. I don't know. I love it. We stan a queen.
Huh. Supposedly, okay, I'm going through the comments on the YouTube for this episode, and someone says, anyone else notice that the girl contestant is an actress? I last saw her on a TV show called The Passage earlier this year.
Ooh, what was that? What year was that post made in?
Like 5 months ago.
All right, hold on a second. Let's, The Passage TV show.
I think they're wrong.
All right, The Passage is an American thriller television series based on the trilogy of novels. It spans years of the life of Amy Belafonte as she moves from being manipulated in a government conspiracy to protecting humankind in a post-apocalyptic vampire future.
I think someone's wrong, and they just think whoever this chick is looks like somebody who is on this show.
Hold on. Mark Paul Gosselaar is on this show.
Yeah, it got canceled.
And Harry Ann Cusick from Lost. This is a Fox. Was this a Fox show? Where was this on?
Yeah, it was a Fox show.
So who's the actress?
I don't see. I'm going through the IMDb right now. I don't see anybody with her name.
Well, I mean,
I don't see anybody named Katrina.
It could be a fake name though.
But I'm not even seeing her like at all. Like anybody who could be her. I think they have her confused with somebody else.
Unless she was like a guest star in an episode.
Yeah, I'm scrolling all the way through the full cast. I don't see her at all. You lied, YouTubes. You lied.
Unless I think she was the girl that used to be on Entourage. Because she kind of had that girl from Entourage look.
That's who I think they think she is. She's the girl from like that Lance Bass movie. On the Line. One of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah, because she kind of looks like she could be the girl from Entourage, but it's totally not her though. I will say that, yeah. But they kind of had like similar facial structures.
Yeah.
All right, but you know what? I dig. I'm down with it. All right. On a scale of 1 out of 5 brown leather jackets, how many brown leather jackets would you give this episode of not Entourage, Singled Out?
3. It's kind of just an average episode.
All right, yeah. I'm going to give it a 3 also.
There's nothing like that outstanding except for maybe that chicken lady and her weird chicken call where she's like, chick, 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 instead of bark, 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 bark. Like, that was the weirdest chicken sounds I've ever seen. And then Jenny, like, with the chicken lady, like, the rest of the way you do not stop with your little,
my bits.
Like, things you get stuck in your head. Yeah, your little bits.
All right, I'm going to give this episode a 3. It's going to get 2 points for nostalgia purposes.
Mm-hmm.
1 point just for, like, how wild the show is. But overall, it's like after I got when I was like 15 minutes into the episode.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, I get it.
I was done with it. I was just like already over it. All right, but hold on. Now we have to go into commercial corner. You ready for commercial corner?
Hold on. Before we get into commercial corner, I gotta ask you something.
What's that?
So, like, when you were in college, did your college, like, you know how there were, like, different groups that would put on events? Did any of the groups put on, like, a singled out event?
No, why would they do that?
Like, as, like, just some kind of event to get people out and doing something besides sitting in their rooms drinking?
No, we never got anything cool like that.
We did.
I think maybe we had, like, a massage table came down to, like, the cafeteria area one day. You got to, like, get a massage. That was about it. That's all I remember.
So you guys never had, like, we're gonna have a singled out night.
No, tell me about it. Tell me all about this, girl.
Okay, so, like, this is what I remember. Is it would happen in the College Union building. And I don't remember which group put it on. But it's, like, one of those campus, like, student body activity groups. And they would do, like, singled out, and they'd do, like, maybe a couple of rounds, but it was not as, like, organized as an actual episode. So, like, you'd have somebody, like, they'd have the categories, and they'd just have, like, a couple of, like, the student volunteers, like, saying, okay, you don't fit into this category, so you gotta go. Instead of how, like, on singled out, they had the tags with, like, the answers right there.
Oh, yeah. That's lame.
Yeah.
I mean, I props for doing that, but I don't know. Sounds like a piss-poor version of singled out, but I don't know. Kudos anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't as connected, but yeah, like we would do stuff like the dating game or the newlywed game, except it's like between friends.
Oh,
because I remember my friend Carrie and I won like a newlywed type game because like we knew each other so well.
Oh yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you two for knowing each other, for finishing each other's
sandwiches.
So we have to talk. The version that we found on YouTube contained the commercials that aired within this episode.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing. They're great. So I don't remember the order of the commercials, but we get one commercial that is a first response pregnancy test commercial.
Yes.
And like the commercial immediately after it is like a fucking baby wipes commercial or something.
No, the baby wipes are right before. So, and it's not even like baby wipes, it's like toddler wipes for potty training. They're flushable.
And it's like, this is MTV. This isn't.
Yeah.
What do they think? Like, who do they think the audience was?
Like, I don't know, but I was like watching these commercials. I'm like, wait. There's like commercials for Molson Ice. There's commercials for breath mints. There's commercials for baby wipes and a pregnancy test. It's all over the place.
And I love the local commercials that that aired in whatever market this was. It's like an insurance, like a local insurance agency.
Yeah.
And it's just that total like cheese ball, low budget commercial. And it's just, you see these like two dudes in a suit and trying to sell insurance to you. And I was like, whoa, this is fucking wild.
Yeah.
This is insane. Yeah, the gum commercial was Winter Fresh. I remember that. It was like the blue Winter Fresh gum packet.
And there's like the CERT icebreakers where they had the stuff in the middle or whatever.
Yeah, I totally remember like most of those commercials because as soon as they came out, especially like the Molson Ice one.
Oh yeah.
I just remember the commercial. I just remember like the visuals and the music and like the deep narrator voice that talks about how great Molson is and having a fun night out with friends, drinking Molson Ice. There's like a was there like a Red Dog commercial too?
I think so. There were so many. They were just like so random and just like I don't understand.
Oh yeah, there's totally this commercial that I'm talking about. This one I remember very vividly. It's like the Neutrogena commercial with Martha Quinn, former MTV VJ.
That's amazing. The Martha Quinn one.
It's like, all right, this commercial tells you how to look like young and hot, but hold on, you could be pregnant.
Yep.
You could be pregnant. So, take a first response pregnancy test, and then, hold on, now that you're pregnant, now we're going to sell you fucking flushable baby wipes.
Exactly.
I love it. I fucking love it. And it all airs during a dating game show.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I want to talk about this pregnancy test commercial because when I was rewatching today, I realized it's not even like a doctor or a woman who's taking the test. It's like the receptionist at the doctor's office taking the calls is the one selling you this test. She's like, okay, I'll put you through to the doctor. We have so many patients who call about pregnancy tests.
Now you can do it at home.
And I'm like, wait, hold up, bitch. What? If I'm gonna use a pregnancy test, I would honestly probably use, like, First Response or EPT or whatever.
I mean, they're all the same. Like, the ones that you buy at the dollar store are exactly the same ones that you spend $7 for at Walmart. So
They are.
there are, like, false positives, though. It does happen.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta buy, like, 4 or 5 of them and just, like, keep doing it.
Yeah, you buy a couple and you pee a couple times.
Yeah, just, I don't know, drink a lot of water that day. Better hope you don't get the pink plus sign.
Or maybe that's what you're looking for.
That is true. Like, you know what? You've been waiting for months. Overall girl and fucking her new boyfriend, they were trying for a couple of years, and she finally got knocked up.
So, yeah.
Or on the other end of the spectrum, you're Katherine Heigl. You just had a shitty date with fucking Seth Rogen, and now you're knocked up. Ugh.
You're throwing up on the E set, and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She worked for E. She was like the Juliana of that world.
Yeah.
Not a gal pal, Katherine Heigl. Just have to throw it out there for our anniversary episode.
Katherine Heigl is a gal pal.
Should we have a gal pal off? A future episode of Gal Pal Off?
She was in 27 Dresses for Crying Out Loud, and it's an amazing movie, and I hate that you hate it. You always give me shit about it.
Maybe this weekend I'll sit down, I'll do a rewatch of 27 Dresses, and we'll get we'll watch it through 2019 lens and get the final answer. The final answer. A very special podcast special. 27 Dresses, the final verdict.
The final verdict.
Any last minute thoughts on Singled Out or first response pregnancy test commercials?
I think I've said it all.
Jenny McCarthy, no longer a gal pal.
She lost that status.
Yeah, she's heard Heather Locklear driving the no longer a gal pal bus, picking up all our no longer a gal pals.
Yeah, as soon as Jenny McCarthy came out with her BS stance on vaccinations and autism, she lost any credibility.
She sure did. And then, hold on, I saw her on last year's Ryan Seacrest Rocket Eve, and she's still doing her fucking shit. She's still out there fucking trying to fart in a crowd of men. Ugh.
Yeah, like, girl, how old are you now and you're still doing this? Like, there's no maturity?
I know. Here I am, like, talking shit about her, and I'm, like, still doing the same fucking shtick.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm still in my hut 30s.
Hot 30s.
I'll change my tune in my 40s. We've still got a few years left.
Is that when we're gonna grow up, when we hit the 40s?
Which is never gonna happen because, let's be real, we're at that point now where we're just gonna, like, remain at the same age, so... Cat Hall said, the author, you better not out me. You better not fucking out me.
Dude, I've been 29 for a while, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Right? Yeah, we don't even know what Singled Out is. We were, like, 3 years old when this show came out.
Exactly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we just found a random episode.
I'm as young as my coworkers think I am.
You don't even know who Aaliyah is. You're like, who the fuck is Aaliyah?
Who? What? I don't...
What? Who? What? Missy Misdemeanor Elliott? Who the fuck is that?
What?
Ariana Grande is the best singer ever?
Who's Ozzy Osbourne? I am so glad that someone finally put this Ozzy Osbourne guy, like, on the map. He totally deserves it. He's, like, so talented.
Alright, are you ready for a hot new Halloween season? It's been a whole year. I like your spooky cassette tape sound effects right there.
I know, right? That's what I'm good for. Spooky sound effects out of my mouth.
Cat Halstead, the author, she's going to be Cat Halstead, the witch hat wearer, because we're going into our Halloween season. Here comes the booze. Yeah, we're back. We're back, baby. Back again.
Oh, my God.
And I'm excited. Yeah, we kind of teased this.
So am I.
We kind of teased the show earlier because we mentioned it.
One of our favorite shows. It's got like a whole channel on Pluto TV devoted to it.
Yes, and this is our third time doing this show. Am I right? Am I right, girl? Am I right?
Oh, no, I was thinking of something else. Sorry. No, the one that's next up, yes, that'll be our third time doing this show. It is one of my ultimate all-time favorite shows.
What did you think we were doing? Hold on. What?
I was thinking about 174.
Oh, episode 174. We can't spoil it yet.
Because we brought that up earlier, too.
Okay, all right, yeah. So next week, for episode 171,
yes,
we're not doing the topic that we're doing in episode 174. You'll find out. You'll find out soon enough.
You'll find out.
With that.
It's okay.
But for next week's episode, for 171...
yes.
We're going to meet the world again. Oh, yeah. We're going to meet the boy's going to meet the world because we're doing Boy Meets World.
Yes.
Which episode of Boy Meets World are we doing, Cat Halstead?
We are doing the classic episode where they do the horror movie homage.
I wrote down the horror movie poster. Is that what it's called?
No, I don't remember what it's called. I gotta find the actual title.
Why did I write down the horror movie poster next to it?
I think I just have horror movie episode.
Oh, I wrote poster. Ooh, I'm intrigued.
I don't know, because you're weird.
I'm intrigued by my notes. All right, so yeah, join us next week. Halloween's here. So join us.
Here come the bulls, 2019.
All right, where can you follow the Wild Adventures Cat Halstead the author? Where can you follow us?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. That's our handle. I don't know where my brain went. Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can follow Patrick at Patrick M. Dunn. You can find me at CatDVS. You can find us on Instagram.
You can also, hold on. You can also follow my dog Truman on Instagram at Zooming Truman.
Oh, he's got his own Instagram now?
Yeah, throwing that out there now. He's going to be a social media mogul.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you can find us on Instagram at A Very Special Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept imitations.
Oh, no.
You can find us on iTunes, YouTube, your favorite podcast listening app, including Podcoin. Patrick, what is a Podcoin?
Oh, what is a Podcoin? What isn't a Podcoin? A Podcoin is a hot new app in which you can listen to podcasts such as ours, amongst others, amongst all your favorite others like TFGIF. Now back on the air, baby. Shout out to Katie and Drew.
Yeah, Katie and Drew.
Yeah, holla. All right, yeah, you can listen to that podcast on there too. And you earn coins. You earn Pod coins while you listen to podcasts, and you can use those coins to redeem them for hot items like Amazon gift cards, Starbucks gift cards,
yes,
Dunkin' Donuts gift cards, or you can even donate them to charity. So go on your favorite app store right now and sign up with our hot code at very special is what the code is, and you will earn 300 Pod coins right off the bat. Insert baseball bat sound effect. And yeah, do all that. Do it often. Do it all the time. And as always, girl, bye. Watch the skies for flying chickens.
At least that sounded like a chicken.
Ooh, I like it.